But we're going to begin in Toronto, where at least 9 people, including a child, have been shot. Witnesses report hearing 25 gunshots and say the victims were injured across multiple streets. Police, ambulance and firefighters are still at the scene. The gunman is dead. Witness John Tulloch was out on the street.
I thought it was fireworks at first, because it was a rapid fire, and then there'd be a pause and some more fire. We didn't know what it was. We saw people starting to run in our direction. And I still didn't know what it was, and then more people were running, and so we started running, and we ran down a side street. People weren't yelling, but I think everyone was concerned. It just seemed very surreal, almost like it wasn't really happening, but everyone was sort of moving and going away. It was like it wasn't happening. It was hard to believe it was real.
That's John Tulloch. Jody Steinhauer was having dinner at a restaurant called Christina's when the shooting began.
I've just gotten home to safety, so I'm all right, thank God.
What happened?
I was down with my family in an area of Toronto called the Danforth, which is an area with all the different Greek restaurants, and we were actually celebrating my birthday with the kids and the grandparents, and we were kind of halfway in the restaurant, and then all of a sudden we heard a ring of what sounded like firecrackers. But it was extremely loud, and my partner and I just turned, and then you heard someone say, "Get to the back," and we just got the kids, and everybody went right back to the restaurant and told everybody to get down. And there was a roll-up glass, kind of like a garage door to an outdoor patio, and all you could hear was screaming. And my partner went out front with screaming, and there was a woman coming in off the street yelling, help me," and she had been shot in the leg. And they got her into the restaurant onto a bench to safety, and thank goodness there was a doctor in the restaurant, so they just tried to stabilize her while we were calling police and tweeting the media to let them know what was going on. And we were getting little bits of information. I'm tied in with some of the police, and all we can tell you is that 9 people we believe were shot, and the gunman was either shot or committed suicide about 4 doors down from where we were in the restaurant. And we were kept there for a while, and the whole area is cordoned off, and we just wanted to kind of get out and get the kids to safety, and thank goodness we're okay. Everybody's pretty shooken up, but thank goodness we're okay.
Yeah, thank goodness. I can't imagine how shaken up you must be. The woman who came in, obviously she'd been shot in the leg, but she's going to make it. She's all right, is she? Relatively speaking.
Yeah, the paramedics came shortly after, and yes, I mean, she looks like she's going to be okay. From what we can hear, none of the victims were dead. They were all, some were in critical condition, but they're all on their way to the hospital. But it's just mayhem. Nobody really knows. It's just everybody piecing together bits of information, and between the police and the firemen, the paramedics, they've just closed off the whole entire area and just trying to get everybody to safety and figure out what really is going on.
And how long did you have to shelter at the back of the restaurant before you were able to get to safety? Because that must have felt an interminably long time.
Yeah, well, we got the family. I had 2 sets of grandparents and children all at the back of the restaurant, and like I said, my partner went up to help the woman. He brought her inside with one of the restaurant people and got her on the bench, and then I went into the corner behind a post and started tweeting to the media, because that's kind of where I'm connected. And at times like this, we couldn't even get through to the emergency 911 numbers because the circuits were so jammed. So thank goodness through social media I was able to tweet out to reporters to let them know what was going on.
Jody, what are the gun laws in Canada? I know they are very, very, very different from south of you across the border, and I suspect they're actually very like New Zealand. People don't have guns as a rule, do they?
People don't have guns here, and we've had just an incredible increase in guns this summer, and all they've been talking about it on the radio is just this incredible increase in shootings and how the police have to do something about it. And just last week they announced a huge influx of money to the police force to increase surveillance and police officers and all of that. And with this happening tonight, it's a whole new story. And it's just terrifying. Toronto's a very safe city with a lot of people from a lot of cultures, but who knows what really happened. Time will tell. The gunman is been killed or has committed suicide. So, you know, who knows? With mental health these days, you don't really know what the motive is, but it was sure scary. One of the women was pregnant, and there was also a child that was hit and was taken to the children's hospital too.
That's Jody Steinhauer, who was, as you heard, in a restaurant right in the heart of where the shooting was. Toronto police now say 14 people were shot. We're not sure of their status, and the gunman himself is dead.